hoodie or on a sweatshirt or long sleeve for the colder months. We've also got a mug for your hot cocoa and an adorable sticker that's begging to go on your notebook or laptop. We've also got this limited time Murford and Sean's shirt that was voted on by our patrons, and this one is only available through the end of January, so pick it up now and make sure you don't miss out. We've also got some items leaving the merch store to make way for new stuff in the future, so grab those while you still can. And you can find all of this sweet merch at bit.ly/cpgmerch. Links are going to be in the video description, and let's be honest, you need Bobby roasting marshmallows in your life.
Aaron Greenberg, hi. Sean Capri, the Xbox Drive. I would really like to see Game Pass included with every single console you sell. Series S, Series X, put it in with games. Give it to people with, like, get people buying.
Hey y'all, thanks for tuning into the Nintendo Drive. If you're hanging out with us on YouTube, be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell icon so you never miss an episode. Or, if you're getting cozy and listening to us on your podcast feed, make sure you're following and leaving us nice reviews. You can also support the show on Patreon and pick up some awesome merch. Links to those and more are in the description, but let's get the show started.
Lockleth, Seth is not here, so you're stuck with me. I am pretty interested to see what kind of madness we get into tonight. But how are you doing tonight, Lockleth?
Doing better now. Had a little bit of camera issues, but it's working for the most part. But if I go away, we'll make it work, I guess.
I'll do your part. I'll be doing the part of Seth is played by Sean Capri also, and yeah, if I have to do a Lockleth impression, wouldn't be the first time, you know?
Just put t-shirts over my face.
Exactly. Well, I am kind of doing an impression of you tonight. It's rare that I have a coffee this late into the evening. Usually it's me calling you out and like, how are you doing this? I'm on vacation right now. I got no work. I got few worries. I have every single 3DS game that I own sitting right in front of me on my desk because I've got stuff going on and I'm a broken human being. But it's trying to keep it together.
I've got a Red Bull and water.
Oh, okay. So what if I have a Red Bull and a coffee? Because I don't like. It's like a when in Rome thing. Like not at the same time. That's too. Is that too much? Like I feel like I knew the answer before I said it.
At the same time, that's too much.
Not back and forth. But like that looks. I don't. And you do it with a straw too. Like it's a classy move. The cozy, the Red Bull, and the specifically sized cozy for that Red Bull. That's not. You can't just use any old cozy because it's a different size can there.
Yep. Gotta have the one that is more formed to it, and it's a pirate. I bet Ryan would be excited.
Ryan
about
loves
that.
pirates. We all know
Yeah,
this.
I love pirates
And cowboys and superheroes.
I'm the pirate princess today.
Yes. John32, welcome to the chat. Welcome everybody here at youtube.com/carpoolgaming. John says, you should have chosen an IP Seth hates for the backdrop since he ate here. I'm not sure like what Seth hates. I don't think he has hate in his heart, actually.
He doesn't like crocodiles.
He doesn't like crocodiles, that's true. What's or his alligator? What's that super bougie, like, prep brand, the brand of the polos and it's got the alligator? Lacoste? Should get him send him some Lacoste Crocs or something. I think he would like that very much. Chibi Seth is very wholesome, yes.
He is. He very much so is. Mm-hmm. And he unfortunately couldn't be here. But, you know, family stuff comes first.
Yeah. This is what happened shortly before Seth joined the show. Kato couldn't make a show here, couldn't make a show there. So, you know, we're keeping track, Seth. Okay? And also, I'm just literally realizing as I tasted a little bit of the salt coming out of my mouth right there, I remember when I wasn't on the show.
I was about to say, like, Seth and I were still fairly new, and you weren't here twice.
Mm-hmm.
So currently, I'm the only one.
That's not where I was going at all. Mm-mm.
So currently, I'm the only one that hasn't. That's
perfect attendance
so far. Yeah.
Are we really? Is anybody really surprised that Lockleth has perfect attendance up in here? It's pretty good.
The only thing that will keep me from doing the show is tech issues.
I mean, that camera could use a little talking to.
Listen.
Hey, we all got our stuff, you know? We all got our stuff. But all I was trying to say is when I was away, Seth and you took your opportunity, you know, to say. But I don't know what I would say to Seth. He's too nice. Like, what am I supposed to say to that?
I don't know.
You big, stupid, lovely man.
How dare you be so nice?
Exactly.
How dare.
I know. Oh my God. Right, Turban, an Ethernet cable would help. You want to go there tonight? We got lots to talk about. You know, it is sad, all jokes aside. It's sad that Seth isn't here because it is the final recording of 2022. Of course, we'll be back in 2023. I've had to make that really clear in a lot of episodes. I've said it's the last episode, you know, for a couple things. And people are like, what?
Like last? What a mic
What
drop.
did I miss? Yeah, exactly. Like, try to keep up, everybody. You know, if you don't pay attention, these shows could just drop off the face of the earth at any moment.
Yeah.
But no, we'll be back.
Catch every one because you never know.
Yeah, we've got lots to look forward to, lots to look back on. We've already recorded our Game of the Year conversation 2022, which was a just absolute blast. Like, we had everybody. And it's tough to get everybody there, but we got it. We did it. We even had a special guest. We had things that are surprises that I think are getting blurted out because who knows when the difference between recording something and releasing it to the public, but whatever. It's all good.
I was about to
fine.
say, like, I didn't know if we would say it.
I don't
so
know
I was
either.
just like, we'll just keep it a surprise.
I
But
can't remember.
that'll-
Was it Ryan who kept saying, like, we have a special secret guest later? I'm like, I guess it's a secret. I guess we'll just go along with that. That's fine.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let the folks think that. Leave them on a cliffhanger.
Yep.
Like we did with the merch, but really it was just ill prepared.
Oh my gosh. I am looking forward to our chat though, but I have to admit, I'm a little distracted. You might be able to see, you've seen this Tupperware bin before, but it's quite empty because most of the games that are typically there are sitting right on my desk right now. I don't know. At one point in time, I thought it might be neat for us to maybe work with Nintendo, you know, get some games, you know, get work with the PR. But they're not working with us, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. Today, I successfully modded my original Nintendo 3DS, and I'm kind of going to town on this thing.
You went to the dark side. Nintendo never gave us the light of day, and so you decided to go your own route. Didn't
Maybe.
you?
Just one of them, though, I will say, because there's other, like, and I spent a stupid amount of time deciding which of my 3DSs that I would mod. Actually, was it this one, the original one? Is it the Link Between Worlds Special Edition? Is it a new 3DS, a new 3DS XL? Like, I had options, actually.
I love how I'm the one that gets called out for having so many Switches. And like you've been saying 3DSs, DSs this like the past 5 minutes now.
Should we talk about though the price difference between a 3DS and a Switch?
I know.
But
Details.
also a lot has changed. Like my son was born, I think 2 months after this Switch launched. So basically this entire console generation, like it's quite a bit different. The 3DS was a different time for my wife and I. We didn't have dependents. It was just us. And I had Bobby influencing me too. So it was a nasty combination.
Yeah. Yeah, he says life's too short. Buy the collector's edition DS or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and he kept it going with controllers and he actually did it with the Switches as well. Like he had many, and just not even just for Animal Crossing. Like I honestly don't think that he had, I should know this, but did he have multiple Switches for multiple islands on Animal Crossing? I feel like I should know that.
I feel like maybe he didn't. Like I think he was able to just focus on one. Like maybe he did have two, but like maybe he only focused on one. I don't know.
I know.
I actually don't know the answer to that.
It's probably actually on an episode, at least one of him talking about it to me on A Cup of Joe and Nintendo, which would be amazing because there's a few times people would leave a comment in the chat to say, wow, Sean's face when Bobby talks about Animal Crossing because he'd been talking about it like the entire year. And we used to record super early, like 6 a.m. I'm like, all right, Bobby. Yeah, we get it. You like this game. But kind of wish I embraced it more.
Like that.
Yeah. But that's just it. Like maybe maybe we talked specifically about this. Maybe I should know this better, but I don't. Sorry about that.
So have you been playing all the 3DS games, or have you been playing other games too?
It's an operation just to get this thing ready to go. A couple of people in the chat telling me that I should go chat with a certain doctor. I won't out some. I'll let him kind of do that. But there is a member of the team who's definitely helping me out with this. And so that's been most of my day. And but I discovered Marvel Snap. I don't know if that counts for a Nintendo show, but I discovered that this game is real good. So that's been fun. We played some Mario Rabbids actually with the kids today. They screamed that they wanted to play that. So I'm like, not a problem at all. And there's lots more to do. I haven't 100%ed that game. So
Yeah, I saw your you tweeted out, right? Like the pictures of the all the screens and your kiddos playing some rabbits today.
They like it. And we have a couple chairs. Everybody gets their own kind of like recliner chairs, which we have picked up from like upcycle groups. You know, like people are just giving stuff away. So we have a bunch of like our furniture downstairs is basically free. I think we paid like $50 for 3 recliners, which I love. And I especially love jumping on a Discord call with you and Seth from my old man blanket and recliner. But I've got a HDMI splitter, so both TVs showed the same thing at the same time. So it doesn't matter where you're sitting. You got a good view of what's going on.
Yeah,
it's been pretty good.
I was going to ask you, that was going to be my follow-up question, was how, because the picture was the exact same, and I was going to ask you how that was.
I'm a little obsessive about this kind of stuff, and yeah. I mean, back in the day, when we used to have like actual cable, that's where it started, because I wanted to just be able to watch maybe a hockey game or a football game on both screens and kind of make it like a Best Buy. You know, you go to a Best Buy, everything's got like the same thing going on. I thought that was kind of neat. So there's always a way.
I kind of do that in my own way. I'll watch a YouTube video on my phone.
Watching
some movie that I've seen or show I've seen 1,000 times on the TV, and then I'll have my Switch playing something all at the same time.
Definitely. Yes. How many screens can we get? And there is a scene in Back to the Future 2 which basically like prophesized all of this. When they like he walks in and they're having phone calls and people are in like the windows or something. Pretty sure that's what was going on. That's basically Skype, you know, back in whatever year that was. Back to the Future. Good movie.
In the windows.
I think it was in the windows where like instead of screens they had like windows and blinds or something like that. I don't know. Something like that. There's no way to know. There's no way. It's been a while.
It's impossible to know.
Yeah. But you know, I've been still doing my cramming session, but I don't think I've got anything on the Switch to really cram. So I think that might be it for me. No Animal Crossing for me.
I actually haven't played Animal Crossing in a little bit now. I've been focused on so many other games, and it'll just be even more so in the next few days. But my rant. Should I start my rant for the evening?
Yeah, I think it would be great.
I have partial beef with a game right
Partial.
now. Partial, I say, because the control. Anyways, I'm playing No Man's Sky, or I did play it for a video.
Yep.
You can see that on my channel today. It went out earlier today. You will see me struggle in that video quite a bit.
Uh-oh.
A few complaints. First off, it runs pretty decent on Switch.
Okay.
Actually,
that's good.
I had heard good things about it. There's pop-ins like is normal. I don't know, as much as the Switch can handle. But that part I got over pretty quickly. It wasn't like a Pokemon Violet issue. It was more so on the side of Arceus.
Okay.
So
that gives me a good kind of scale. Yeah.
Yeah. So the graphics and the running of it was pretty decent. I will advise, if you only have an hour of time to play a game, do not pick this one.
Yeah, you need like a day.
You need well over 2 hours. I played it for 2 hours for my video. That's been crunched down to 30 minutes. You're welcome, viewers.
You're welcome.
There was so much time I had to cut out of me just trying to figure out the controls, because there's so many different controls, different buttons for different things. The controls in the ship are completely different than when you're walking around on foot.
Yep.
So I should have just stayed on the first planet that I was on, but I got bored of like the desert. And I was like, I want to leave this
no.
planet. I'm tired. I don't like this hot weather. I get enough of it in South US. I don't need this. So I I get in the ship, which was not difficult. I take off. I fly. It takes, so if you don't turn on, there's like 3 different like hyper speeds you can do on your ship. And if you don't do all 3 and you're headed towards like a planet or whatever, it'll say like it'll take you 1 hour and 30 minutes at this pace.
Can you
to reach
imagine
there.
just sitting there? Due west. Just waiting.
I was like, is that, and you can hear me in the video, I was like, is that real time? Like it's gonna take me an hour to get here?
I mean,
Or,
but like how fast must you be going? Like it takes you like that's space travel. That planet's like pretty far away. To get there in an hour, it's pretty good. How long does it take us to get to Mars? It takes us like 9 months. It's a good ship you got there.
It took me 10 minutes to find the second like speed, like to go faster. And I was like, oh, okay, I've knocked it down to 15 minutes. Well, I'm not going to wait that long. Found the next speed. And I was like, oh, 6 minutes. Heck yeah. And then found the third one. And I was like, oh, I'll be there in 20 seconds. So
Now we're talking.
that whole like flight thing took at least 15 minutes of my time.
Yeah.
And then I get to the planet and I didn't think ahead, Sean.
Uh-oh.
I didn't look at the controls on how to land.
Pretty important.
So I look at the controls and I'm like, okay, I hit X to land and to exit the vehicle. I hit the atmosphere. I'm headed towards like my like waypoint that I'm supposed to head towards for the quest. And there's a compilation in my video of me just hitting the planet Earth. When I say Earth, it's not really Earth, but hitting this purple planet like 10 times in a row.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
But I was hitting X like the game told me to, like the settings said. Little did I know in the bottom like right corner, it says to land, to start a community, press Y.
That's not X.
That's not X.
Too bad you didn't like mix it up by accident, you know?
If
Because
I
like
would've
they're
done that,
flipped
it
on
wouldn't have
Xbox.
it wouldn't have taken me 30 minutes to land if I would have
Come
flipped
on.
it.
Did it take you 30 minutes to land your ship?
Yes.
Oh.
30 minutes. My pigeon, my mind is a pigeon, Sean. I followed the instructions.
Yeah.
And it said X, and I hit X so many freaking times, and it's taken a lot for me not to curse right now because this is so frustrating.
You gotta get careful with that. You're all hopped up on Red Bull too, so just take it easy.
I got wings, Sean, and I'm ready to fly out of here.
Yeah, but you need to land. Don't worry about the flying. You've obviously got that good. You're fine. Just get some legs or something. Get some landing gear.
Sean, took me 30 minutes to land.
I'm impressed. Look, I'm impressed you got up in the sky that quickly, though. Like, that's no joke. Like, you're talking about you need like a day to play this or a couple hours at least. Like, getting your ship flying ready that takes you a while, depending on the planet you start with.
Well, okay. Here's the kicker. I was in creative mode the entire time, so like there's gonna be nothing's gonna harm me. I accidentally killed some beast by accident. I hit the wrong button.
Landed on it. Crash land.
I like tamed to this one beast that I was riding on the first planet, and then 5 minutes later I accidentally kill it because I hit the wrong button on my
oh my gosh, what is going on?
So I was in creative mode. I found out later that if you play like normal at the very beginning, like how it's intended, survival mode, all that stuff, it gives you more of a tutorial.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Than if you just go straight into creative mode, where there's no instructions.
That's amazing.
So I'm going in blind, literally. Hitting this planet 10,000 times till I see in the bottom corner the Y, hit Y, exit the vehicle. And then later on I found out that I think X and Y are just inverted. I think I need to just swap it. I don't know if A and B are similar in that way.
Yeah.
But X and Y for sure in the instructions, like in the settings, are completely different.
Wait, no way.
The commands that it tells you. Guess because I had to do something else that said I had to hit X4 as well, and it wasn't.
And it wasn't X?
It was Y again.
That's brutal because it is like the buttons are flipped on Xbox. Like on an Xbox controller, like Both of them, X, Y, A, B, flipped. That'd be brutal, though. Like, that's something that should get caught in, like, certification or something.
Oh, what was wild too is I was getting so frustrated. I was going on like fandoms and all this other stuff, like all
Yeah,
the
how
in
do you do
between.
this?
Like, what do I do for
Oh, my
specifically
gosh.
Switch? And they said, all these people are probably playing it elsewhere, and they say, oh, and then on Switch you hit X
Mm-hmm.
to land. No, you don't, buddy. You don't hit X to land. You hit.
Buddy.
Listen here, buddy. You don't. It's Y, not X. It's Y.
I need another perspective on this, because I need to, like, I believe you, but also, like, because I don't have any other way to verify this. Like, what if the instructions are right and you're just losing your mind? Maybe Ryan Turford in the chat is right. Maybe you panicked a little bit.
I did. If somebody told me not to panic when I was actually doing that, I would have raged. I would have raged so quick, Ryan. I would have raged so quick. But Rybo's playing it, so you could probably ask him. But
On
I don't
Switch?
know.
He must be playing it on PC or something.
I don't know if he's playing it on Switch, so maybe not. But I know he's played it, so he might be playing it on PC. If anyone's playing it on Switch, let me know. We can be pals.
Did you buy it? Like, is this why you didn't, like, just immediately throw it out? Because it sounds like you had a terrible time.
I bought it.
Was it
'cause
on
I heard
sale
good
at least?
things. No.
Wow. Okay, you really went after this.
Well, wait a minute. I think I might have gotten $10 off. Maybe.
Okay, but yeah. Yeah. So what was it, like $30? I don't even know what the
I think
thing
so.
goes for now.
I think so. I don't even remember.
It seems like a game that I would really like, and I don't think I even realized that they had this creative mode, like where you can just like, you don't have to gather resources. Is that the deal? Like you don't have to.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have like three different modes that are already set. Like the normal, which is actually there's like 4. Like there's even a hardcore mode. Like if you really want
That's
to
too
play
much.
it.
That's too.
You can
Yeah.
also do custom, where you can pick and choose all the different things and pick your levels.
Yeah.
So later on, like when I was taking like the photos, like the pretty pictures for the Instagram,
As you do.
I changed some of the settings within there and made it even easier for myself. But McBeal just confirmed in chat that Rybo did play it on Switch and he crashed a lot.
Huh. It took me
So-
forever to take off. That's my experience with No Man's Sky. It's just like, and it depends on the planet that you land on, that you start
Oh.
out with, because it's all random. Like it's all completely
Yeah.
randomly generated. So did you not feel like a connection to this planet that was yours? There's trillions of planets in this game, and like this is yours. You're like, I'm out of here. Get me off this stinking thing as soon as
Well-
humanly possible.
I think if I'm gonna keep playing it, because now that I've kind of figured out, like if I see X and Y, I'm just gonna reverse it in my brain, like automatic. It's
I almost
reversed.
do anyways. Like I feel like Y should be at the top. Like it's not. Like
Yeah.
X is at the top. Like that's just because it's the tall letter. If that makes sense. That's it's the tall one. It should go up at the top, just like triangle on PlayStation. That's where the Y goes, but it's not.
Just so confusing. There's somebody who commented on my video and like time stamped where they first saw the thing in the bottom corner where it told me to hit Y to land.
Yeah.
And that was at the point where I hadn't seen it yet.
That's hilarious. Oh, and it is. It's just one of those, like, it's there. You totally should have caught it, but
Yeah.
you're raging already,
I was-
seeing red.
I was raging. Yeah. My takeaways at the end of that video was, if you don't have time to play it, don't even start it. If you're playing on Switch, X and Y are completely opposite. The game is lying to you. Like that's
Yeah.
basically the synopsis of my video.
Tom Servo in the chat says that there are 14 quintillion planets. That is
How do you
insane.
make that many?
I think you just, it's an algorithm, whatever that even means.
AI type thing?
It's algorithm is the word that is used a tremendous amount that very few people even know what it even means. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, it's the algorithm. Okay. Like,
Oh.
okay, that makes sense. Like, whatever you say, the algorithm. Yeah. Well, you're playing No Man's Sky. I'm reading a book about an astronaut right now. So I'm, and I've got to look at even my bookmark. What is that? What is the bookmark?
Oh, it's Animal.
Animal from the Muppets. I got a Muppets bookmark.
I didn't know Chris Hemsworth wrote a book.
God, Lee, what is wrong with you people? Who else was doing that to me? Doing that, Chris?
I did that just the other day when you first showed us the book.
Oh my gosh. It's Chris Hadfield, a Canadian hero.
Man, that Chris Hemsworth.
And if
Beauty
he would have
and
panicked like you panicked, we wouldn't have the International Space Station. You know what I mean? We would have burned up in the atmosphere.
He'd have used that Thor hammer or something.
I want to play No Man's Sky. I'm actually jealous. Like, you haven't really painted a super positive picture of this, but I still want to play No Man's Sky. Like, what a game.
Ryan says that's a great book about Thor in space.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, him and his dad, his brother. Just a family adventure.
Yeah. But you should play it. Like, I'm gonna keep playing.
I want to play it. It's a PC. I need to play this game on PC.
It'll probably look a lot prettier on PC.
How much is this thing? If I load up Steam, is this gonna break the stream? Hopefully not.
Cross your fingers.
Chris Hemsworth is Australian, not Canadian. Sean, I'm not Kevin. I'm not the one saying it's Chris Hemsworth. Everyone else is, okay? So whatever y'all were trying to do to me, obviously it's working. You're the one raging about No Man's Sky. Oh my gosh.
It is fun, but they're like, I'm not going to play anything but creative mode for it, because if I do, like, I was having difficulty landing. Like, I can't imagine like having to actually survive. Like,
yeah.
I'm terrible at survival games. They are my least favorite thing. Terrible at them. I never get very far. Then maybe one day of surviving.
Here's how like just out of my mind I am. I'm sitting here going like, how much is this on Steam? I literally have this installed on my computer thanks to Game Pass right now. I could play right now. I could literally fire it up. We changed the Nintendo Drive, at least for tonight. We just go, okay, let's see if I can land. Let's see if I can take off and let's see what happens.
Oh.
Maybe that's the post show.
I need to witness this, because it was...
Yeah, Bowser says PC Game Pass, $0. Yeah.
I'm at a loss of words at how frustrated I was. I kept talking about it for like the next hour after I was done playing it to my husband. Like, we took our dogs on a walk, and I was like, and another thing. He's like, you're still talking about this game. I'm like, yes.
And by the way, since we're talking about it,
it's annoying and it's stupid, and the controls were wrong, and blah,
I'm
blah,
sorry
blah.
to hear that. So when's your next stream? When are you going to play it again next?
I'm never streaming it, because then
You've got to. Oh, come on.
all of y'all will come in here and be like, don't panic, Lockleth.
That's true. That's true.
After you land, it's Y, not X. Like, no.
Well, we can still leave those comments on the VODs, I think. We can still jump over there and don't panic.
Please talk about algorithm. Go leave comments on my video, please.
Juice it up. Get that engagement juice. We can do it. I'm down. Well, like, there's not too many games that I don't have to record a Game of the Year conversation anymore. Like, my cramming is done for that. I've done what I can. But God of War is still there. But like No Man's Sky, like, it has perpetually been on my backlog basically since it came out. I was captivated by this game from the moment it was revealed and had all these crazy promises and whatever. I just think it's the coolest thing. And it actually is good now. What's that?
Because of space.
Because of space, yes. Like the way that you just go from the surface into space, that's crazy. Like, that's all I want.
The one part that like blew my mind like a little bit, I thought I could hear Kato in my brain when this moment happened, is I literally out of the atmosphere of the first planet I was on, and I look, because you could look around at the ship.
Yeah.
And you look at like a little bit like right here behind you, and you can see like at what angle you're leaving this planet. And I was like, oh, I had to stop looking back. I was like, oh,
that is awesome. So weird. That is awesome.
So weird.
I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it's a chat can help me out with this. I think it's coming to VR, or it might already have VR. And that might be, like, that could be the game. I've had pretty well zero interest in getting a VR system of some sort. But like, if I'm taking off from the ground into space in VR, are you kidding me?
That would be nice.
Basically anything with like a cockpit, like even driving. I think even like racing games, I think would be good. But flying and Mech Warrior, like, give me all these totally this is where games started for me anyways. Just flying and driving. Those are the games we played back in the day, which is why I play with inverted controls. And people like to make fun of me for that. So
Like on purpose, you play it that way?
Well, yeah, but back in the day, we didn't really have an option. But yeah, even earlier today, I was playing Star Fox 64 on Switch Online because I got that controller from Nintendo New York, and it just feels so good. Like, it's weird that you even can control the Switch menu. I didn't realize this. Like, you can control the whole thing with the 64 controller. You can pick your game, you can go into the eShop, you can do whatever. Yeah, totally works. But Star Fox is inverted on default, by the way.
Oh, because I think that was what kept me from getting the wireless like N64 things for the Switch. Because I heard that, I was like, I don't know if I could get used to that or whatever.
It's for me. It's muscle memory, and I wasn't playing the 64 games very much at all because this is where like I'm frustrated with Nintendo because this is a thing. You can't really map the controls on like if you're playing with a Pro controller, you can't like change what button does what. And they know that because they know that what's way better is actually if you just go and buy the 64 controller, which I did. And of course, it feels perfect. It feels amazing. And I played the first level of Star Fox and I showed my kids and they're like, we don't want to play this. We want to play Mario Rabbids.
They're like, it's overrated.
Lincoln liked the controller. He thought the controller was pretty cool. He's like, that's neat. But also, we came down for Mario Rabbids, so what are you trying to trick us for? So... hop to it, old man.
Why are we going back in time, Dad? This makes no sense.
They don't really. Do
they not notice that?
They don't. Yeah, because honestly, like their tablets have all sorts of games that look brand new, and they play Sonic. So like, where's their bar at? You know, they have no sense of what's good. They're playing Sonic the Hedgehog.
Well, I went on an eShop spree
yes,
the other day.
Yes, I love it. Okay, $2? Is this what is this?
So later this week, I'm gonna stream. So basically, I bought 5 games for $2 each. So I spent like $10.
Yep.
On games that look very interesting, in like a good way. I'm not being facetious or anything. Like they actually look decent. I wouldn't spend my money if I didn't think I would actually like it. Mm-hmm. And they're all a little bit different. They're not all like the same type. But my plan is to stream all 5 of these games later this week. And if y'all are interested, if you watch the stream, whatever, I picked ones that will still be on sale through next week. Mm-hmm. So if I do stream like in the next couple days, then if you are interested and you just like, there's a $2 game you can pick up.
I love it. Yeah.
It's becoming $2 hero by playing $2 games.
Yes.
That's what I'm titling it.
I literally have like on my to-do list, which is just off to the side here, like browsing the end of year sales. Like I'm going to go, like I did it for Black Friday. I've got one last go with this. But I like $2 games. Like can you say like what types of games, like what were you picking up? I know you haven't played them yet.
Like one of them's a puzzle game. Like you have to, like there's apparently like 100 puzzles in this game. And you're like this little robot guy. Mm-hmm. I think his name is Bee because he looks like a bumblebee, but he's like a robot. Anyways, but you can move. You're basically on a cube of some sort, but you can move the cube around, and there's like different pathways, and you basically have to get them from point A to B.
Oh, that's cool.
Assuming is kind of what that one's about. Another one is, I don't know. There's 2 of them that are kind of puzzly. The other one's just a little bit different. Honestly, I'm trying to even remember what the other ones are. Off the top of my head.
When they're $2, it doesn't really matter. Not to put you on the spot. I almost want to grab do I have a charge on my 3DS Lite here? Like, let's see. This kind of just sits here. I barely, like, what do I have this for? This is my whole rant about why do I need an OLED. It has rendered this thing useless, and I love this Switch. This Switch Lite it feels nice, but it's because you can't connect it to the TV, which is the most of how I play my Switch. And it doesn't have a... It doesn't have a charge. What am I gonna do?
I thought you were about to toss it.
I thought about it.
Like, oh my God.
No, like this is. It's a Pokemon one.
Some hearts.
It's a Pokemon one. It's very nice.
Oh, okay. So I see why you would keep it because it's like a specialty one. Like mine's just the teal. Like the Switch Lite was my first Switch.
Oh wow.
And it's the one I played the most on until I bought the Animal Crossing edition one. But now, like, especially since I have an OLED and have been using it since the start of the year.
Yeah.
I never use like my light anymore. I finished that island and it's got like my forever Animal Crossing Island on it that I experiment with stuff on. But other than that, I never use it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of to the point where I need to just move the games over and get rid of, I don't know, turn it in, cash it in. I don't know. I never use it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Can't do content with
Turn
it.
it
so
in, cash it in. I was hearing those as a single word. I'm like, what does that even say? What is this language that you're speaking? What did you pick up on this foreign planet that you jumped into in No Man's Sky?
God.
Oh, I can't wait to check that out, though. I love stuff like that. Like just a random selection of games. Let's just see what it is. It's kind of like the new form of like a demo disc, but you get the whole game. It's $2. Who cares?
I did that a lot when I first started like YouTube and stuff. Like even right before that was like looking through the eShop and getting things on sale. And that's how I got Greece initially. I think I only spent like $4 on that game.
That's awesome. Like that's the thing, and that's, you know, we'll get into which of the bundles won in the wonderful vote that we had on Discord. And there's this thing about people who can dig up those hidden gems and can find those things, because so many people are more like me, the fall Catholic schoolgirl, whatever you called me, just a basic B over here playing just all the regular stuff. But it's nice that, especially in content, in like YouTube and podcasts and stuff, like for someone to tell you something that you didn't already know. So like, even though obviously I crushed you guys in this vote from the community, so that's awesome. Thanks, community. I do appreciate a game like Spiritfarer being up in there, because not everybody talks about Spiritfarer. And that's probably one of the more like popular of the quote unquote hidden gems, you know? So yeah, this is the thing. I want to play more games. I think we all do. But it's hard when you don't know if the game is going to be good. It's going to cost you dollars. It's going to cost you time. So how do you make up your mind about this? So we'll just let you do it, I guess.
And the plus side too is if you get it on sale and it turns out to be a good game,
right?
Usually those games aren't as long. Like they're like maybe 4 hours max to finish, but you spent like $2 on it.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you beat that for the price versus like it's actually decent, like you had fun and it's, you know, you had your time with it and you finished a game. Like it's kind of that relief that you finished something finally. I tend to finish the shorter games more because they're shorter games.
Totally. And you'll actually go through, let's say you do like 5 20-hour games. And it's like you'll do that way more often than you'll do a single 100-hour game. But I think like there's the variety of it. Like there's definitely like the thrill of starting a game and just going like, okay, what do you got in store for me? Like that's fun to me. I really enjoy that. And also like we're just collecting games as we go anyways, you know.
Very much so. Very much so. But you talked about our digital gift basket voting thing, and spoiler alert, you already spoiled it. Sean was the winner of the thing, and I'll read you his gift basket. So his options or his choices were Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Xenoblade, and Metroid Dread.
Pretty good.
His was the winner.
Was it close? Was it close?
It was like if you combine Seth and I's votes, it equaled yours. So
I mean,
listen, y'all.
You were both so confident. Oh, look at Lockleth has such a great bundle, and Sean's is so plain. Who would ever want that? It's just like so boring.
Yes, that was last week, and then today, I was like, oh hey, I forgot we were gonna vote on this. Let me send out a thing.
You did it yourself.
And then Sean immediately was like, oh, you're gonna win. And Seth was like, oh yeah, it's definitely Lockleth. And I was like, well, whatever. I'm still gonna put it out there. Maybe if I win, then that'd be great. But you won, Sean. Look at you.
Why are you trying to? What I don't know what you tried to do there. You just kind of ruined the victory a little bit.
You didn't. I didn't ruin it, but like
No.
I wanted to remind you that you thought I was going to win also.
I definitely did. I will say, as happy as I am that people recognize the greatness that was my bundle, I really did think that you had me convinced, like, maybe it is too predictable. Maybe it's too, like, on the nose. And it's funny because as the votes were coming in, I was talking to my wife, Chelsea, and like, so we did this thing on the show. And every now and then I'll talk about like podcast stuff, and she's actually like raising the children. She has like real things to worry about. And I'm talking about God knows what over here. But I caught her attention with this idea of the bundle. And so she made up her own. And while I'm telling the story, I'll try to dig up what she had made. But she thought this was a really good idea, and she doesn't really ever like jump in on anything like that. So I wanted to share because before I was about to tell her what my bundle was, because I was going to tell her how it was all going, and she's like, wait, what are the rules again? And I want to make my own bundle. So for her, this is without her knowing what mine or any of your bundles were. So it's just she got to make it on her own. She chose Breath of the Wild, Animal Crossing, Mario Kart, Pokemon Snap, and then Pokemon Shining Pearl was Chelsea's bundle, which I thought was pretty good, but definitely like the blend of mine and yours, I would say.
Yeah, because
Little
I picked Pokemon and ACNH.
Mm-hmm. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But it, like, obviously what we had mentioned last week is true, that we have to have a bit of a limiter on this. Like, you have to have, like, games that came out in April or something like this. Got to figure this out.
Yeah, because we there's so many games. Like, we missed a lot of games in this whole spiel we did. And I actually picked out a few standout comments. Based on the, the voting, and people like to converse in the Discord.
Yes, there was a lot of conversation about this. Yep.
So I picked out a few, one for each of us type of thing, in a way. So the winner gamer says, Zelda and Dread is why my vote goes to Sean.
Yes.
Dread got me to play all the other Metroid games.
Nice.
And then Lame Dave, previously Awesome Dave, says, Lockleth hands down. Sean loses because he included Breath of the Wild, the most overrated game of all time.
Wow. And then right after that, Winter Gamer says for that comment, you should change your name to Lame Dave. And he
I guess I should explain why his name's Lame Dave instead of Awesome Dave. Yeah, he changed it based on that comment.
I love it. Which, I don't know, does that show up anywhere else? Like, is it Lame Dave, like, everywhere? Is that just in our channel? I don't know. But that would be hilarious.
It's probably everywhere, maybe. I don't know.
I could see him going all in like that. Like, he's kind of an all in. By the way, I don't know how much to like open up with people saying things in Discord on the podcast, but Awesome Dave, we saw your announcement. Congratulations, my friend. That's all I'll say. Just a little secret. People got to check out the Discord for all our, private live announcements.
All the feeds. Like where was it said?
Where was
it?
Send people on these wild goose chases. There's something in there.
You got to join the Discord, y'all. That way you could have participated in the voting.
That's right.
You can always send in your questions that way, where we read them off on the show, and any other comments. And speaking of comments, Anna Hudak said, Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart 8, and Xenoblade alone gives Sean the W here. That said, they said that they like the creativity of Seth's basket. Very close second for them. So it was very close.
Close, but way off.
Listen. For a moment, you voted for yourself, Sean, and don't think I didn't see it.
Well, so for the record, wow. So for the record, the reason I did is because I realized you would have had to vote for your own to get the heart up there to start it out. But then I realized
for you and Seth.
Then I realized that you would have had to do that for me as well. So I
was
was trying.
Think you were gonna lose, and you were like, I better vote for myself so I don't lose.
No, that's not what I was thinking at all. But also, you know what? Why don't I throw my vote on there as well? Make it 21, including 21? My vote. 21 votes for me. You're right. You guys don't even come close with your powers combined. You guys could have 10 games in your bundle and you still wouldn't beat me.
I'm a winner in my own heart, Sean.
Well, my mom thinks I'm cool. It was so great though to see like the rationale from people, like why they liked one over the other, and even though like that was the best part, was that we couldn't use the same game. You know, we couldn't. There was no blend. People really had to choose like where their hearts lie. And I feel like what you were talking about before with the $2 games, like the fact if we were to limit, if he gave you like $50 to spend or $100 or something like that, I think that might be the next version of this, because this was super fun, especially how heated people got.
You could still probably get my bundle.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. Like, good games, but yeah, you didn't have to be so frugal. You could
Listen.
spend whatever you wanted.
Listen, we don't have all the Sean money in the world. We gotta be frugal.
In this
And see-
imaginary universe we find ourselves in. Kevin, the Muffin Mon, mentioning there's no Smash, there's no Fire Emblem Three Houses, and it's like, that's the crazy thing. I think we were mentioning it last week. Like, we had 15 games and still Smash doesn't show up. Some of these other ones, like, there's a lot to choose from.
I'll definitely write this down as ideas for the future. Even thinking different consoles too, like looking back.
Yep.
Maybe even thinking of like specific genres of games too, narrowing it down that way. So, no.
Yeah.
I think it's
Genres would be cool too. Interesting. Yeah, you could have your Lockleth special, just like farming and building and whatnot.
Yes, all the farming sims.
Yeah, just the ones that came out in 2022, actually, from between September and December. There's so many. Holy cow.
I mean, you can pick some from that one direct we had alone that probably came out this year.
Seriously. That was it's amazing because there's so many people not happy with that. But there's the quiet people who are kind of like, I was really happy. Like, I really like playing these games. They're not the loud people on YouTube. It's like, I just get cozy with my drinks, my blankets.
Listen, us cozy gamers, we just applaud from the shadows in under our blankets.
Just
with our
quietly
coffee
buy
and-
60 million copies of the game. You know?
I only have 2 copies.
Not each person
share.
individually, like, but how many copies did Animal Crossing sell? Something like 48 million or something. Like, it's something I don't even know anymore. We stopped doing. Kato and I did like one episode, I think, where we talked about numbers, and she's like, "Does anybody care about this?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Like, why are we doing this? I don't know." So we stopped. I haven't looked at numbers in a long time. It was a good question.
Oh my gosh! Speaking of games that I've bought, I've been buying up all the games. Another
like
game
it.
that I bought that I haven't played yet, but we did have a question related to this game. Presto the Magnificent asked in Discord, have any of you played Little Gator Game yet? And what are your thoughts? Is it too similar to Zelda games? And they've been personally enjoying it, so it sounds like
Nice.
they've been playing it. I did buy the game and I actually watched Seth play quite a bit of it the other day, a couple days ago, maybe Monday. What day is it? Tuesday?
It's only Tuesday.
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
We're celebrating his Tuesday and Tuesday. That's how my dad says it. My dad says Tuesday. That's not.
Very British.
Is it? Is that what that is?
It's very British.
He's not British, though.
Tuesday.
Oh,
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a Canadian thing.
maybe a
French?
cultural appropriation thing. I don't know what he's doing. He also says schedule, and that's not.
Oh, well, he's just
Schedule
trying to be
into
fancy.
Tuesday. Yeah. Maybe he just has
just
something in
trying
his
to-
mouth. Maybe he's
cotton in
chewing
his
some his
mouth.
cotton balls. That, yeah. Is that an Italian thing? Is that what you're trying to say?
Maybe. You have to have the hand gesture.
Godfather. Yeah.
Yeah. God.
That was
But
for you,
I
Seth.
I haven't played it, but I watched Seth play.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks. Oh yeah, that's what we were talking
What are
about.
we
that
talking
that
about?
gator game.
Yeah.
But it looks so cute. It looks so fun. It's obviously been compared to A Short Hike, which is a game I have played all
That
the way
is
through,
cute.
which is a shorter game.
It's a short
But,
hike.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be weird if that was an 80-hour game. A short hike.
If it was called A Short Hike and it ended up being like
That'd be
No Man's
amazing.
Sky,
Yeah.
I would have not played it.
They could call, Space
I'd been like,
Travel.
lies,
It's just a short hike.
lies.
Yeah. A couple light years
X
away.
and Y are backwards.
I like
Don't
it.
get me back on that front. Don't get me started.
I
again.
really want to play it. I think that might happen. I think I might be starting up a new game tonight, y'all.
You might as well. Might as well.
Exactly. Not done anything else I've been playing. But I was streaming Elden Ring and people were very helpful. So I think you'll find people very nice if you stream No Man's Sky.
McBeal said earlier that give the people what they want. So
That's
I'll
right.
think about it. I will think about it. But the little gator game looks fun.
Yeah.
Taking it right back to the question again. Looks fun, looks cute. I'm going to play it later this week.
I'm
Probably.
gonna look this thing up.
So I'll have a better opinion after the weekend, probably. But we're only 5 days away from Christmas too. I did want to
That's
shout that out
it.
as well.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it is the 20th right now. 25th Sunday,
Yep. That's how.
Christmas Day.
Yep. That's how that works.
Oh, yeah, that's how days work, Sean. The next day. The
I was
next
trying to be kind. This does look really cute.
It is cute. The art style is really cute too.
No kidding. Oh my
You
gosh.
can have like different hats, different like
It's a pointy floppy thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hat. It's on sale. Sale! 30% off. $13.99
Yeah.
in Canada.
So it's a new release. So they have like that new release type of sale going, which is why I got it too, because I thought I would like it. And then of course when I saw Seth play it, didn't take much for him to convince me, like, yeah, you need to buy it.
If you say so. Holy.
I
Oh my
usually
gosh.
trust Seth's opinion on games because he knows what type of games I like to play. So if he says that I'll like it, then I trust it. So
I don't think I've ever recommended a game to you before.
I don't think so. No.
I feel like I feel like you're already going to be on top of it, to be honest with you. If there's a game that I think that you're going to play, like I think you're already playing it. If that makes any sense.
Maybe.
But I
Yeah,
also don't
that's
know,
totally
like,
fair.
Seth is the type that is going to play this gator game for some reason and go like, yeah, like I'm obviously not doing that right now.
Well, him and I usually play more indie games anyways. Like we're
Yeah.
usually on top of those types of games pretty more so than like the, more popular ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've mentioned in past like podcasts, like Seth's like a mixture of you and me.
So
like
true.
I tend to lean towards more of the indie games, so that's when he's playing those games, he knows if I'll like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And then y'all two are usually playing one of the more, higher like popular like games that have come out.
Yeah.
And then y'all can talk about that. I think like Harvestella is the only game that I'm playing that neither of you are playing.
That looks really interesting to me, though. And I'm trying to think about, like, in my radar or on my radar is Fire Emblem Engage. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else other than that, like between now and when that comes out. Like, what else am I playing on my Switch? And I really wish that my light had some power here because I'd like to go through this, but I don't know. I really want to play Three Houses, like, and actually finish it, but that's not going to happen. I've got
long
too
is
many. There's
that?
too many games. It's forever. It's like 1,000 hours or something like that. I don't know.
Forever.
It's like,
Well, if you start No
and I'm
Man's
starting
Sky,
No
I
Man's
don't-
Sky. Like, what am I doing to myself here? I still
like,
got
I don't
Elden
know how
Ring.
long- yeah, I don't know how long that's gonna how long that game is, but I don't think there's like a true there's like not an end to that game, right? You just kind of survive and do stuff, right? Isn't that
I
the
think
point of it?
that's the game. You survive and do stuff. That's basically it. I think.
Lockleth's synopsis of the game is you survive and you do stuff.
Put it on the box.
In space.
And it's in space.
In space.
I'm almost done Neon White though. I am. That one will be. I'll be wrap that one up pretty quick. I think here. So we'll see.
Neon White.
The Neon White.
The neons of the whites.
It's a good game.
I tend to put the in front of things. I feel like I got that from somebody.
Probably the guy who made Facebook.
Take the out. It's cleaner.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Justin Timberlake.
Talking about Justin Timberlake again.
How can you not? Like, where has he been? Come on, we need Justin Timberlake back in the world.
He's staying out of trouble, that Justin.
Yeah, well.
Probably for the best. Him and what is it? Jessica
Biel?
Biel? Yeah.
How many other Jessicas are there? Simpson and Albas and
Too
I
many.
think that's it. That's all.
Those are all the Jessicas.
All the Jessicas.
All the Jessicas. And Cuppets. And those few people. I'm looking through our questions as I'm like rambling on, by the way.
Yeah, you got this.
'Cause we've had a few questions on here for a while. And let me see. There was one on here that I think you wanted me to ask as well. But Purple, I can never say their name.
Rioli. We're going to just go full out. Yeah.
Rioli
Yeah.
in Discord.
Say it with your hand.
Purple Rioli says or asked, do you think the complaining on the internet
Yes.
was what led to Nintendo choosing to improve the quality of the tracks
Oh.
in Mario Kart compared to the past ones in the recent wave of the MK DLC?
Not even a little bit.
You don't think?
I think, and you let me know what you think. Like I feel like the tracks have been chosen from the moment that they, and probably even like developed and finished, like since the moment they said that this booster pack was going to be a thing. And it's not like they go from like one to the next and go like, what should we do now? I don't think so, but I don't know. Like, I don't know how these things really, I don't make games, but if it were me, if I ran Nintendo, I would like pick them and build them and then like release them whenever there's an opening for it. But I don't think that there's any reaction whatsoever to what the internet is saying. I don't think.
I really don't have a pulse or an opinion on it because I've never.
I really don't have a pulse.
I don't have a
Somebody
pulse.
should check on Lockleth.
I'm basically dead inside, so
Dang
I don't
it.
know. There's nothing behind these eyes, just a pigeon brain. You know, I just work. I just work here, y'all. I don't know. I didn't know that. I don't know. I guess has there been
Like, people
issues with
complain?
the tracks? Yeah, I haven't seen any of the complaints, but maybe I'm just not on that part of Twitter. Maybe Twitter's been burning down for too long that I've just missed it. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think like, and I'm trying to get a sense of that as well, because sometimes I think whenever there's anything released that there's going to be a level of complaining anyways. So there's a part of it I just like kind of ignore and just kind of think is like white noise, you know? So I don't know. I don't know if that there's anything in particular like that was great. Like, I feel like for many of us who play Mario Kart, and I guess that's really all that who matters, we've been enjoying it. I think that's been pretty good. I think this last wave has been particularly good. I will say that, but I don't know that I looked at the other ones and went like, oh, this is no good. The only thing that maybe might count towards this is like anybody who has a closed mind towards the Mario Kart Tour tracks that are coming up. And to those people, I say, you know, just go to have a good rest, get a nice, like, get an extra blanket, get a good sleep, get your mental health quality back up to snuff, and play those tracks because they're great. They're actually good. People are just, they write them off because they're coming from a mobile game. That's no good. Keep an open mind to those. Was it Sydney? Like the Australian one's got a great music track to it. It's really good. Yeah.
And that one came from the mobile game?
Yeah, all the ones that are like from around the world. There's like a one from Paris, and Berlin was, I think, on this latest one.
Yeah, I think the Sydney one out of that group or that wave was like one of my favorites. I tend
really
to pick it
good.
the most. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know.
It's on the Switch. It's not like you have to play it on mobile anymore.
Exactly.
It's on the Switch. It's on a more convenient, I don't know, not more convenient, but like you could play it on the TV.
You can play it on the TV. Exactly.
Yeah. Just you have a Switch Lite and then you can't. You know.
Until one day, mark my words, one day they'll just like they'll have some sort of patch and say, guess what? Now you can connect the thing to the TV somehow. It's in there. It's lurking.
Turn it on. They're gonna turn it on just like the Bluetooth.
Just like Bluetooth. That is the weirdest thing. I've never seen anything like that before.
It makes no sense.
They had people had been selling like adapters, like third-party adapters. You plug into the bottom of the Switch so that you could use Bluetooth with your headphones, and like just like that. I've had 3. Like I've had many of them. I
almost bought one, and that's kind of why I bought wired headphones. Like these are wired. Because I was like, well, I can plug it into my Switch and I can use them. I think I've only used it a handful of times on my Switch. I tend to just turn the sound up because I'm an adult and I don't have to be quiet.
That's right. Do what you want.
But yeah, I almost bought one of those little like things that go to the bottom. The little like.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Totally not necessary.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo like people were making money off of this thing that everybody thought wasn't in the Nintendo Switch. Pretty silly.
Man, how do you just leave that? Who left it off? That's what I want to know.
I just don't understand it.
Whose decision to leave that just off in general and just wait how many years?
I feel, was it this year or last year? Like it would have been 4 or 5 years.
It must have been last year. So when did the Switch come out? 2017?
Yeah. We're coming up on 6 years. 2013 will be 6 years for the Switch. It's time for a new one, everybody. We're getting one. New Mario game, new Zelda game, 2023. Little sneak peek in my predictions for next year.
You think?
Yep. Yeah, I do.
God. Blaze Knight asked in Discord. I'm just going through our questions. If you were a Pokemon, what would your dual types be, and what would you be based on? Do I know what dual types means?
Thank God you said it. I'm like, I know I'm the noob around Pokemon. I will say also what I've been playing since you asked an hour ago. We have this Pokemon trivia game. It's like it looks like, you know, Simon, like you bop the pull it and the bop it and you try to follow along. It looks like that. There's there's a Pikachu and then the 3 other starters. And it's basically just like a trivia game. And you each pick a player. It can go up to 4 players, and it's asking like true false questions about Pokemans. And it's really, like, we play on easy, and that ain't easy. There's so much to know about Pokemon. And my daughter doesn't know anything about Pokemon, but her 50-50 guessing, pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's been pretty great.
She's playing the game the right way.
That's right.
Guess.
She's like, I don't know.
Make it till you make it.
Mm-hmm. She's not even listening. She's still beating me.
You're doing it right.
Exactly.
Well, I Googled dual types. I guess it's just 2 different types of Pokemon.
Okay.
In one. So I think it suggested what is the strongest. So I'm just going to answer it with what Google says is the strongest here. So I think, and Ice Ground, apparently, is the most powerful dual typing since it can hit 53% of all Pokemon forms for super effective damage. So apparently there's 53% of the Pokemans that be good against. So Ice Ground is my answer to the question.
I feel like, based on what you said about me last week, I'd be like normal ground or something like that. Just like super boring.
Did you say that because like the chart came up in the first few or like normal something?
Yeah, normal ground. Like, okay, I guess that's me, you know. But also I'm Canadian, so like maybe ice would be... Ice fire doesn't make any sense at all, so that's mine. That's what I'm taking. That makes 0. How can you be both? Ice and fire? It's like a Katy Perry song.
I was thinking water and electric, but I feel like that's kind of similar too.
That sounds like death. That doesn't sound like a good combination either. I
have no pulse, Sean.
You could be I want to pick one for you. Like you could be like dark psychic, I think. Yeah.
What would you be? What would I pick you as?
Yeah, this is way more fun.
This is way more fun.
Yeah.
What would Seth be?
Seth is like, part of me wanted to go fairy something. But I won't do it.
He's probably fairy ghost.
Fairy ghost. I think he might be grass something. Grass, let's see. I don't know. He's an enigma. Seth. He's something. I'm trying to like where's the bearded type?
He's an enigma.
Where
I feel like there's ice type Pokemon that have like beards of some sort. Or look similar to
you want to give
Abominable
him ice?
Snowman.
Yeah. Okay, so ice dark? No. He's definitely not fighting. Not poison.
I picked Ghost because that's his favorite, I think, type because of...
that's true. Ice Ghost?
Gengar.
We could go Ice Ghost for Seth.
Ooh, that sounds like a rapper name. Ice Ghost.
Yep.
Don't know what the hand gesture was, but that's a thing.
Didn't even have to call it out, really. Most people listen to the show.
This is why y'all should watch the YouTube sometimes.
Okay, Seth is
random hand gestures.
Seth is Ice Ghost. What are we saying that you were? What did I pick for you? You're dark something.
Dark psychic.
Yes, dark psychic. Yeah. And then what did you pick for me?
I hadn't picked yet. I rambled and hadn't picked anything. I would say fighting.
Oh.
Yeah, because I picture, what is it? Hitmonlee, because you like to run.
What a monstrosity. No.
So like fighting, all he is shoulders up here. Yeah. Yeah. When you have your hood up, that's you.
Yeah. That's amazing.
You are Hitmonlee when your hood is up.
Oh my.
Especially if you have your headphones on underneath.
Oh God, that's
very
awesome.
Hitmonlee of you.
I don't like that at all. Not even a little bit. Like in the echelon of least cute, least like likable Pokemon at all. Okay. What a freak.
I think Hitmonlee. So like
I guess I'm not
fighter
in the champ or
electric.
something.
Fighter electric. There you go.
Okay. That's awesome.
You got electricity. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it.
If you're on carpet.
Just sitting there with my slippers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With your Pokemon pajama pants.
I don't even have carpet in my house. We got rid of all the carpet. There's none.
Oh, really? We don't. We have carpet upstairs, but not downstairs.
Yeah.
It's nice in the winter.
Yeah, you don't say.
As much of a winter as we get. So
Yeah.
I'm surprised in Canada land.
I didn't even bring up the weather. I'm sure we'll talk about it on the Xbox Drive tomorrow. It according to this, oh my good lord, feels like minus 41 with the wind chill. So I think this is where like the scales actually come together. Minus 41
minus 41 Celsius
to Fahrenheit. It actually is minus 41.8 Fahrenheit. It's so cold that the scales are the same, that the thermometers are the same.
What?
Yeah, I don't get it either. I don't understand. Fahrenheit makes 0 sense to me. But somehow
Celsius makes 0 sense to me. I have to keep a tab open on my Google on my phone for conversion of Fahrenheit to Celsius because like everyone I work with is in the UK.
Yeah.
And so all of them use Celsius. So I'm like, oh, it's like 4 cell. And they're like, oh, okay.
It's
easy. I don't know.
0 is freezing. It's easy. Everything under 0 is like really cold. You know? That's it. That's all you need to know.
What's 38 Fahrenheit to Celsius?
It's like it's just over freezing. Like it's easy. I don't have to
that's
know
what it is
exactly
right now.
what it is. Yeah. Yeah, we're like 40 degrees colder than that.
Well,
It's remarkable. It is ridiculously cold, which is
Don't
why
have
I
to vote on
got the
that.
coffee. We need the coffee tonight.
talk about basic over here.
Dang. It's like the coldest place on the earth.
On the Earth.
On the earth.
It's so cold on Earth.
That's why we get no alien invasions here. They're like, oof, let's go near the equator.
Oh my God. Ham Bone Johnny.
Yo, handsome Hambone Johnny. I saw him in real life.
I almost botched the
Breathtaking.
name. In Discord, gave us a little story for us to answer. You're going on a road trip with 3 Nintendo characters, and you're driving. So it's very related to carpool. Who's coming with you? One will be in charge of the music. One will be in charge of snacks. And one will add absolutely no value and probably sleep the whole time. So who would be those 3 individuals, Nintendo characters? So music, like in charge of the music, in charge of food, and brings no value, but you would want there, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe just for looks.
I mean, it's your choice. It's your carpool.
Yeah.
So
Could be kind of creepy though. You know, video game
you just,
character just
you
there.
just
for
called him
looks.
you just called Hambone.
He's a real person. You
beautiful
can call a real person, you know, beautiful. It's kind of weird to get all crushy about a, you know, pixel person.
I mean, I've never told anyone why I like Luigi, so.
Oh, there you go. She likes a man with a mustache.
Hashtag Team Luigi.
Yep.
Knock it off.
Interesting. Well, dibs on Kirby for snacks, so take that. That's the easiest one, right? Like Yoshi would
Probably.
be up there too. Yoshi likes to.
Trying to think. Snacks, music, no value.
It's too bad because music. I was thinking Parappa the Rappa, but that's PlayStation. But that would be pretty good.
Nintendo characters.
Well, then Donkey Konga.
He's got his bunk. He's just in the front seat, like, I bring the music, I don't play it.
Yeah, or Cranky Kong with his like record player, like he's got his vinyl, do 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 do, and then Donkey Kong comes in, and he's just smashing things up and everything. What an intro! Oh my gosh, what a game, Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo. I love it.
I don't know who I would pick. I'm like struggling. Like I usually have like answers to like all of our questions, like to give you a peek behind the curtain, y'all. Especially early on in the show. Or first few episodes, I like had answers to all the questions like ahead of time, so that I would be prepared because you know I'm the baby podcaster out of the 3.
It's hard to come up with answers on the spot. I don't blame you. But my third, for no good reason, is Hitmonlee. Just sitting there in the corner.
I think for no value, I would bring.
Or Snorlax. Like, it's going to be a Pokemon.
I was thinking Pokemon, but I was also thinking like Animal Crossing. I think
Oh, that's a good one.
for no value, I think I would pick Flick, who's an NPC on Animal Crossing New Horizons. He's the one does the bug catching.
Yep.
I
knew
brings
that.
no value. I could see him like falling asleep in the car too, so I think I would pick him.
Yep.
Or food. Man, you already picked Kirby.
Yeah.
I think that was gonna be mine.
Yep. I think Yoshi's a good backup. I also want Captain. If you could do this like Animal Crossing style, I think Captain for music would be pretty good.
He would just sing you
But nobody.
the tunes.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I think I would pick I'd pick Brewster for the snacks.
Oh, nice. Good one. Yep.
I think he would have like snacks and he would for sure have coffee for
Yep.
the road trip.
Just has it just beside him.
I'm changing I'm just changing the question to Animal Crossing characters now.
I like it.
And then music, I think I would pick I have to pick KK Slider.
Yeah. Yeah.
Duh. It's like a no-brainer.
Look at that. It's like
There you
that's how
go.
they made the character. Hamble and Johnny probably sent this question into Nintendo first, and that's how they came up with all the characters for Animal Crossing. We need a snacks person, need a musician. That's it.
What a brilliant question. That's how they.
That's a great
basically
question.
That's how the game was born. All from there.
I'm like
What
looking in
concept.
my own screen to see what toys are behind me to go like, what else could we do there?
I know I have to like look to the side, but most of my stuff's like Squishmallows. The only thing I did have.
What would
Flick
Seth
over here,
say?
but
What would Seth say for that? What would his answers be? I feel like DDD would be there for no reason.
I was literally about to be like, he's the one that's just there.
Yep. Offering nothing. Absolutely nothing.
If you didn't say Kirby, he would probably pick Kirby. But I'm trying to think of any other characters that he's just like.
I'm going to say Link for Seth. Because he, like in the Breath of the Wild with all the cooking and whatnot. He's just
Oh,
going to be
yeah.
like sitting there just like, which my kids love. Like when Chelsea plays it and he's sitting there like cooking, all the food kind of jumbles around everywhere. They think that is the bee's knees. They think that's amazing.
Or maybe he'd pick the old guy from Breath of the Wild.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't he-
yeah.
Isn't he cooking something? I feel like he'd want somebody wise on the road with him if he wasn't going to pick like Link
Or
himself.
Cooking Mama. What about Cooking Mama? Just throw that in there.
Sure.
And what else do we need for music? Do we need a music?
Music. He'd probably pick a character from, I don't know, some sort of rhythm game. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even think of the game.
You could literally have a different version of Link for each one of these.
Yeah.
You could have like young Link with like the ocarina, you know, Breath of the Wild Link for cooking. And then who's going to be there for no good reason at all? Probably like Wind Waker.
He's just there.
It just looks great. You don't need to
Yeah.
do anything. If you want to give me like a hat every once in a while, that'd be cool too. That'd be fine.
Be Navi, the navigation system.
That's what I thought. That's where I thought this question was going to go. Who's in charge of like the map? And if that question was there, it's obviously, well, yeah, Navi would be good, or Samus is actually what I was thinking. Like the original, you had to have it. Like the map for Metroid, you can't get around without a map.
You can't function without a map in that game.
I don't think you can. But Ryan Turford probably doesn't need a map. He's got the whole thing memorized, I think, at this point.
I don't think I've ever played a game that. Well, I guess
That needs a map.
Animal Crossing. Well, no, that I don't need one, but I guess every Animal Crossing island, like eventually you get used to how you've designed it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't need a map on my own islands because I was trying to think like what. I don't think I've ever played a game where I'm not always at some point needing a map.
Yeah.
But I guess Animal Crossing would be that for me. But games that you have to actually use your brain, always need the map. No Man's Sky, I need a map.
Yeah.
I need a map.
Star map. God, I need to play this game.
I need something. I'm
I can't believe
lost.
we're not recording an episode next week. Like we're everybody can enjoy our Game of the Year episode. Just in case that wasn't clear, because I don't think I actually said it before. Like just because we're not recording something doesn't mean there won't be anything on the feeds. You will have something to listen to, and it's excellent. We already know it. We're not even saying like that hypothetically, like as if we haven't recorded it yet. Like I'm really happy with it. I thought it was really fun.
Yeah, we recorded it like what, last week?
I
Has it
know.
only been a week.
Yep. Already.
Yeah, but that'll come out to all the podcast feeds next
Yep.
week, right? 26.
It's Boxing
Does
Day.
it all? Yeah, Boxing Day.
Mm-hmm.
It's the last vacation day I have
Oh,
for the year.
tragedy.
I'm off Thursday through Monday this week, and then
That's
I
not
work
enough
for
time.
those last few days, and then I start my new year off again. So
I'm off
all
until the
the
4th.
UK will have Tuesday off. I don't have that off.
I'm off the rest of the week. I'm off until I actually don't have to work until the 5th. I'm getting
gonna say,
so
you've
much
been-
done.
You've been off since like the 15th, haven't you?
Well, it was a Friday. This is my second. Technically, this is my second day off so far. Yes.
Oh,
So the rest of this week, the rest of next week, and half of the following week, I'm off. Very exciting.
yes. Game of the Year discussion comes out
Yes.
next week for this channel, for all the channels. Countdown to Christmas, 5 days away. Reminder, because I haven't talked about it in a little bit. Merch, we have merch. Winter collection, tumbler, and the Carpool Gaming tee is available through the end of March. But one that's going to be gone sooner is the Murford and Sean's t-shirt that the patrons voted on. It's only available through the end of January. So I don't think if you order anything now, it'll be in time for Christmas, but
I need to talk to
I
Seth.
haven't
We need to make a song. We need to do some sort of parody of that Murford and Sons song that
Murford
everybody.
and-
Yeah.
Murford and Sean's.
Was it I Will Wait? Is that what the song was called? Very popular song. Obviously, a
Is it?
big band.
I've
Is it?
I've listened to a lot of their music, so I don't know. I
Mumford
couldn't-
and Sons.
Yeah, Murford and Sean's is just stuck in my brain
That
now.
is hilarious. Yeah, I Will Wait. Yeah, this was a huge song. 2012, 10 years ago, the song was a big deal. Seth can play
10 years.
music. Yeah. Yeah. Also, while we're sort of plugging stuff, the final episode of 2022 for We the GamerCast, people have called it the best and most important episode of all time. It is with community member Drellesh, and I just am really proud of it, really happy I was able to steal about 3 hours away from the guy, and we talked about all things. So people should definitely check it out because it's getting rave reviews. And We the GamerCast isn't really one that gets listened to like the day it releases often. And it doesn't have to be. It's not like breaking news or anything crazy like that. It's just a nice kind of chill chat with people. But people have jumped on with this one, and yeah, people seem to like it. So check it out. I don't often talk about the other shows I do on this, but I do a lot.
We do too many shows. I do podcasts.
do podcasts.
And I have big ideas. I've listened to part of it. I've listened to part of the Drellesh. I need to finish it. It's like what, 2 hours 50 minutes?
Yeah,
long?
yeah. We go the distance. It's a good one.
It'll get me through my final work day tomorrow, I'm sure. It'll keep me company in my afternoon
I love it.
for the last few hours. But I always have a physical to show everyone at the end of the show. And my physical was inspired by Sean's 3DS,
Yes.
adventure that he's been going on now. And I've got Scribble Knots Unmasked.
Ooh, that's awesome. Those games
That-
are great.
I played so much of this game.
Yes.
I loved it. I even have my little, because they did like some blind box figurines of Scribble Knots too. So like you didn't know which
Nice.
character you were gonna get from the game.
Yeah.
And I've got 2. I only ever bought 2, and they ended up being 2 different Batman versions, and I was super hyped about it because like Batman's my favorite character in the game too. So yeah, Scribble Knots Unmasked, a DC Comics adventure.
That's
sleep on it.
right.
Don't sleep on it, y'all. That was fun. I love that game.
Can I be like totally open? So I'll own my mistakes when things happen, Lockleth. I just need to own something right now. I thought that like at a certain point, you or I said something to upset like the entire chat because it seemed like just everybody stopped chatting from my window, and it just stopped auto scrolling. So I apologize to anybody else who's been like chatting away, and I'm just like I thought you're all gone or something like. But I appreciate everybody being here. I haven't recognized or acknowledged anything, but my window stopped scrolling, so my bad. My
I
apologies.
had to like refresh the stream like halfway through the podcast too on my side because it wasn't like loading. Like the chat messed up on my side too. So
Holy
it's not
cow, my
just
bad.
you.
Cherry the Wolf was here like 20 minutes ago, said, hey, what's up? And probably look like I just totally ignored you. My bad. I also love how you start this whole like kind of segment thing-ish by saying that you have a physical, which I don't know if it's a difference in like, if this is like a Canadian thing, like that's like an annual like medical exam. That we,
I know. I would call it that too. But
cool.
I don't know. It's the first thing that comes to my brain. I have a physical to show. I don't know.
So I have Cave Story 3D, which is a cool little game from NIS, and it's got like, man, like the 3DS was a wild time. The cover on this is like one of those like 3D. I don't know if this is really coming through on the camera, but it's like that kind of weird. If you can scratch
like, it changes like the picture, but yeah.
Cave Story is a very simple but also kind of dynamic side-scrolling, almost a Metroidvania kind of game. And I just really like this. I didn't even remember having this I didn't remember having a physical on this. But there it is. Very cool game. I like this segment too. I like just grabbing. Is it just you? Does it have to be just we can just leave it to you.
It doesn't have to be just me.
It's a fun thing. You always seem to remember it though. That's a good thing.
Yeah, well, it's at the end of our notes, Sean, and I'm always like prepping the notes.
Yeah, you're always good. You're good to go.
I gotta do this episode is brought to you by blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I almost picked that one up to show tonight, to be honest.
Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer. We've even got this one in the house, if you believe it.
I played so much of that game, and that's why when the Nintendo Direct, or whatever, the Animal Crossing Direct came out last year, and they did the DLC with the HHP, I lost my mind. I was like, it's just like Happy Home Designer, but you make vacation homes. Oh my God. I was freaking out.
Yeah.
Freaking out.
Everyone was.
Yeah. What a time. What a time, Kato. What a time. I miss it.
But maybe one day, like nobody was expecting this. We already had New Leaf on 3DS. Yeah. Maybe we'll get some sort of weird, like experimental kind of thing from Animal Crossing.
No, if they think of anything experimental or something that might be interesting, they're just going to put it in the new game. I hope.
Would this upset you if they had something, not exactly this game, but like something like, because there's a lot in, as far as I know.
If they release something like to experiment, because I would say that's kind of what that was.
Right.
To have HHP now for a DLC.
Yeah.
If they had something that they released in between now and the next Animal Crossing, oh yeah, please release it.
Right.
I will play. I will not be disappointed. I will not be upset unless it's just terrible, which I doubt it now. I'm all in with Animal Crossing now. Forget about it.
That's what I mean. Like I think it could be something like maybe it's not the next Animal Crossing. That could be disappointing, but it would be something, you know?
Yeah. Just something just to tie us over,
taste.
like just a little taste of it, you know? Just a bit. Corn, yeah, give it to us.
Well, we'll see it in 2023.
Oh God, don't get my hopes up.
That's what being a Nintendo fan is all about, is getting your hopes up. I'm sorry to say, but that's kind of part of the gig.
I've never gotten my hopes up, and I think I've been okay.
What? Ever?
Yeah.
What a statement.
With Nintendo? No.
I've never gotten my hopes up.
Anytime there's a direct, anytime there's something like coming soon, what will it be? Like everyone has all these theories. Like I can make up a theory, but like I don't truly like get my hopes up about it. Like,
oh, look at you. Just still got everything all figured out.
Got it all figured out in this ivory tower. You know, this is just where I live now.
That's cool. Must
You're
be
welcome.
nice.
Be my cousin. You're welcome. Well, Sean, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at http://www.twitter.com/Sean Capri. Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants, www like World Wide Web. And that's pretty much it. You can find me also on the We the GamerCast, which I mentioned earlier. It's a podcast I do with Sweet Hangs with strangers from the internet. The last episode of 2022 aired just this week. So if you don't get too much of me on this show, you can get a whole lot more, but mostly of the other people from the internet on We the GamerCast. It's a pretty fun time. It's a good time. But that's it for me.
You can find Seth, since he's not here. I'll throw his stuff in. You can find him at $2 Hero on the Twitters, All In Podcasts on the YouTubes. You can find me here on YouTube at Lockleth or Lockleth TWT over on Twitter. If you're interested in the games, the $2 games, I'll be streaming over on my YouTubes later this week. Come hang out with me. Maybe I'll do a carpool stream of No Man's Sky in the future. we'll see. We shall see. Don't get your hopes up, people. Don't get your hopes up.
You can go ahead and get your hopes up. If Lockleth lets you down, I got your back. I'll do a stream. You got a backup for your hopes, okay?
There's plenty of hosts that can do the
backup.
backup.
That's right.
But thank y'all for hanging out with us for today's episode of the Nintendo Drive. Bump that like button if you haven't already. And fuel this carpool in the comments below by answering, what 3 Nintendo characters would you have in the carpool with you in your travels? 1 for snacks, 1 for music, and 1 for just looking pretty and sitting there, I guess. But we'll see y'all next time.
Happy Hanukkah.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Nintendo Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like the stream and subscribe here on YouTube and follow us at Carpool Gaming on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. If you liked what you saw and want more, be sure to support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Carpool Gaming.